got this! I got this! I got this!
Rapier, a weapon class that is universally known as the weakest in the game. After a year and a half of maining it and hitting top 250 and even pushing Godseeker on it, I can tell you right now that there is an effective way to use it. Rapier isn't like the other light weapons. It's basically a pseudo medium weapon with faster M1s and multi-hit crits. And today I'm going to be breaking down everything you need to know to actually make Rapier viable. Now of course, every Rapier is going to play pretty similarly because they are all in the same class, but there's actually different uses for each Rapier, at least in my opinion. And I'm just going to be giving you guys like a rough breakdown of the Rapiers you should be using and what each of them do, because they all kind of play a little differently. Of course, first off, we have the Needle's Eye. This is one of the most popular Rapiers due to its guard breaking crit, and it has high scaling with a light weapon. It has 8.5, which is one of the higher out of all the Rapiers. It has great pen, but it has the slowest swing speed out of every Rapier in the game. But it's extremely consistent, and if you like the guard breaking crit, I would definitely suggest running this weapon. Next up, we have the Rapier that I personally use, and that's going to be the Golden Swordfish. It has the fastest swing speed and the longest range, and it by far has the best critical out of every Rapier here. Although it doesn't guard break like the Needle's Eye, it actually propels you forward, just like the Trident Spear crit, and I think that this is absolutely broken. And this weapon is actually kind of hard to obtain because you have to fish and has a very low drop chance, but if you like playing Rapier, I think this weapon is absolutely worth it to get, even if you just want to motif it. Next, we have the Skull Piercer. Skull Piercer by far has the worst stats out of every Rapier, but it does have bleed damage, so if you're looking for some bleed damage, this is the only option for you on Rapier. And it is currently unobtainable, and you'd have to wait, if you didn't get it at the last Holotide, to wait for Halloween and wait for it to come out during Holotide again. But I would not personally recommend this Rapier because they actually nerfed bleed damage in a patch not too long ago, and it just kind of made it unviable. And last off for the weapons, we have the Layer 2 weapon, the Kirsteza. It has the highest penetration out of all Rapiers at 30%, and it is a great alternative to the Needle's Eye if you don't like the Needle's Eye critical and you want that base Rapier critical, just purely off the penetration. Now in ganks, none of these Rapiers are really that viable. Of course, if you really want to, you can use the Golden Swordfish just because of its mobility crit, but there's nothing stopping you from just motifing a Trident Spear critical on an Iron Spear and just running that. And that's what most people do anyways. There's no reason to waste the 75 investment points on something just for mobility when you could get it for 0. But if you guys really do want to run Golden Swordfish and ganks, you could join my Discord, and I have plenty of Golden Swordfish builds for you to try out, and they're all pretty viable. Now, of course, with oaths, it really doesn't matter too much. It's all just preference. But I'm going to just tell you guys some of my favorite oaths to use with Swordfish and ones that have the most synergy. So starting off with my number one best oath that I like to use with Swordfish, that was going to be Contractor. Because the tendrils can proc off my crits, I practically always have a Lord Slice on them, and it's just really great for posture stacking, especially because you're on light weapon and you have low posture outputs. And if you don't really like using Contractor, you could really just use any oath you want, but I will leave a note on Blindseer. Blindseer is best paired with Ice or Iron Sing, purely due to the stall capabilities that you have with Ice and Iron Sing in Tranquil Circle. Now, in my 1 year of playing Golden Swordfish, I've been able to play on every single attunement with Rapier, and I will just be getting into which ones are the best. So my number one best and favorite attunement for Rapier was been Ice. It has the best stall and is perfect for Rapier spacing, especially because of how tanky you are, and since Rapier is seen as more of a stall weapon, it is definitely a great option. And of course, you don't have to play stall with Ice, you can always go Crystallization and do just as well on pressuring people. And I just think that Ice is a great and overall versatile attunement, especially since it is probably the best attunement in the game right now. But next we have Attumentless. Attumentless is just really good for maxing out your damage. You have a lot of extra points, so you can get a lot of damage modifiers. And Attumentless is very oath dependent because oath mantras do more damage. It definitely makes it easier to do damage if you have a powerful oath, but Attumentless definitely makes your Rapier do more damage than you would have on any other build. And the last attunement I would say is the best for Rapier would be Bloodren. Purely off of the charm and multi-hit crit talents, they have perfect synergy, and it's just perfect that it pairs with Blood Bank, Manipulator, and Unnecessary Theatrics. And of course, all the other attunements are usable, like Gale, Iron Sing, Flame, and Thunder. Those are all perfectly viable and usable attunements with Rapier. The only one I'd say not to make is Shadow. Since Shadow is a posture stacking attunement and Rapier is a light weapon, they really pair very well. Of course, they always have Deep Spindle, but Deep Spindle has just been seen as a low DPS weapon for a very long time, and that's why you don't see people running it in Chime. If you just want to have fun with Rapier and not really worry about the comp side of Deepwoken, I would definitely run Gale, Iron Sting, Flame, and Thunder, because those are all just really fun and great attunements. And of course, Rapier is locked to being one-handed, so your sidearm actually matters a lot, and you should always be running a sidearm. And the great news is, all of the sidearms that are available in the game right now are super viable, so I'm just going to give you a list of what each sidearm does best, and then you can decide what you want to run on your Rapier after that. Starting off with the Parrying Dagger, it's best on builds with low posture or no unwavering resolve, and right now since the meta is heavily posture stacking people, Parrying Dagger just helps you survive a lot more and get guard broken a lot less. Then we have shields. Shields are really strong when paired with Knight's Rally and Turtle Shell. And if you want to have a lot more posture when holding block, especially if your parries are not that good, shields are definitely something you might want to run. Lastly, the Sidearm Gun. This is what I personally use. It has low damage, but it's great for mix-up and shaky block combo extensions. And it's perfect for catching rolls. And last up, we have talents. There's not a lot of talents you need on Rapier, and most of these you could probably do without, but the first talents I'm going to be going over is Manipulator plus Unnecessary Theatrics. Manipulator increases your critical damage, and Unnecessary Theatrics makes it so that you proc Charm on every part of your crit, so you're always having that critical buff active. And this is just a really powerful combo talent synergy, and these are one of the talents that I just don't make builds without. Then we have Bloodrend. The Bloodrend talent, Blood Bank, gives you temp HP when you critical, and this talent's just honestly super good, and it's a must-have if you're running Blood. And it also requires Manipulator, and if you're going to get Manipulator on a build like that, you might as well run Unnecessary Theatrics, so they all kind of work together in a way. Then for the actual Rapier talents, we have Defensive Stance. Defensive Stance is a really good talent, and out of all of the 4 Rapier talents, it's one of 2 that I would normally pick up. And the other talent is Pressure Skewer. Pressure Skewer is not a necessity, but it's definitely useful and good, and I would pick it up if you have extra talents. That's going to be it for the Rapier guide. If you guys want me to go a little more in depth on like techs and other things that I can do with the Golden Swordfish or any other Rapiers, let me know in the comments below. And if you need any Rapier builds, you can always join my Discord because I have an ample amount of those. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Goodbye.